Yo, what's up, guys? Roscoe The Realtor. I'm sitting here with...
Tori Garrison from Loan Depot. How are you guys?
How you guys doing? So today we're gonna talk a little bit about what's been happening in the South Jersey market in the Gloucester County.
Basically the whole Northeast, but yeah.
yeah, basically the whole Northeast, right? So, buyers interested in buying, but there's like a lot of the inventory on the market that remains low, right? What are you seeing on the mortgage side?
Yeah, so I would think majority of that, other than the builders not building, is that people are holding on to their homes right now because a lot of people did pursue the interest rate drop in 2020, 2021. And as such, they're hanging on to their homes. And really that's making such a big impact. I myself did that. So my interest rate is quite low and I am hanging on to my home, but I don't really have to move. So that's kind of a one-off. But that being said, people are holding on really because of that.
Yeah.
It seems.
So in the Middle Atlantic, right, for the week ending in July, so like July 23rd, right, showing activities, they declined by 13.5% compared to the same week last year. What do you think has a play in that?
I think people are just scared, honestly. I think people are scared. People are waiting out the market. And
People are scared to do what?
people are scared just in general of the interest.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with somebody this morning who's interested in a home and literally just said we're just waiting out the rates right now. The trouble with that is people have been waiting out the interest rates since January of 22.
January 21.
21. I mean, yeah. So, people have been just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and pushing off their home ownership goals and, just holding themselves back. It's troubling.
So that brings me back to something that happened in 21, right? So back in 21, when the competition was high, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, well, I'm gonna wait for this here to settle down," right? Too much competition, they're getting their asses kicked. All right, offers after offers not getting accepted.
Yeah.
So then I hear those buyers saying that, "Hey, we're gonna wait for the competition to cool down," not like looking forward. Like,
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
do you think the competition, like when it's cooled down, is gonna get more expensive or less expensive?
Yeah. So
right?
I'm sure the houses will either continue to grow in value, but also every single person that's been waiting, not just for the last 6 months, but for the last year and a half, a year, are all going to come into the market at the same time. The moment that the interest rates really tend to lean into the 5% range, the buyers are just going to go boom. And that's
100%.
why I'm sure you are too. Yeah. Trying to help people see the light a little bit, get into your home today. I hate to say it, but marry the house, date the rate. Everybody hears it. I'm so sorry.
Marry the house, date the rate.
I'm sorry, but it's so true. Just a 0.5% of interest rate drop, or even an entire percent of interest rate drop, makes a wild impact on somebody's mortgage payment. If you can stick it out for even just 12 months, you can refinance. You can refinance sooner than that, but where it tends to make sense is usually after about a year or so, and that's where we probably are going to see, the bigger impacts on the interest rates and make more sense in mortgage.
Okay.
The other thing on that too is if somebody is comfortable or can pay what they're paying now, and then the interest rate goes down, and they have a lower payment but continue to make the mortgage payment that they're making now, they're going to be making a large impact on their principal interest and building their equity much faster
100%.
Just by making their same mortgage payment that they're making today with a lower interest rate.
I never thought of it that way. So
that's why I'm here.
Alright, so now we're on to new listings lag. Right, so when we mention like a listing lag, we're talking about the amount of homes that are coming onto the market, right? And I think that's why showings are a lot lower than they are, right? New listings in the Middle Atlantic dropped 5% from a week ago and are 20% lower than 2022, right? So back in 21, we had more houses to sell when everything was crazy, and now we don't have as many houses coming to the market, right? What are you seeing like numbers wise happening in like loan applications? Are you seeing more? Are there more people coming onto the market to try to buy?
I wish the answer was yes. Yeah. Unfortunately, the answer is no. People are still busy. Life still goes on. People still need to continue to buy homes. However, the want to buy a home versus the need to buy a home is way down.
Right.
I want to go buy a home now, I just don't need to, so that's why I'm not. So, and I think a lot of people are, unfortunately for me and you, are going off of that mentality of we're just going to stick it out. We don't need to move right now. So that's I'm sure playing a lot into it.
Those people who bought like condos and townhomes in 2020 and 2021, to me, like a lot of them, right, are coming back around because like now they have families, now they have dogs, now they have pets, right? I also see a lot of people migrating from the cities, right? So although it's not as many buyers that there were in 2020 and 2021, there are a consistent trickle like from that demographic and from the cities. What do you see with loan applications from the cities, like city people?
Yeah, I mean,
you're licensed to practice in Florida too, right?
I am. Yep, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Florida.
What are those applications like?
The Florida ones?
Yeah.
Great.
Really?
They tend to be great. Tend to be great. In the Florida market, until very recently, it was cash. Everybody paid cash, so that was kind of a sliver of a drop in applications for me because everybody that was buying down there was paying, cash for their homes, migrating from New York City, Philadelphia, our shore to Florida. But generally, they are good applications, and it's a lot of times because they're from the Northeast. They're people that are from here that are going down there that have money.
Shameless plug. If you know anyone in the Jersey area, in the Northeast area, they're going out to Florida, right? So like a lot of people that I talk to, they say the cost of living is better down there, taxes are better down there, stuff like that. That's why a lot of people move to retire in Florida.
Totally.
Right, your money goes a longer way. So if you know anybody in that frame of their careers or their life, reach out to Tori.
Thank you.
Right, she'll tell you. She'll hook you up with somebody down there.
Yes.
And get you set up to buy something down there.
Yeah. Where next?
List prices. That's where we're going to next.
Okay.
List prices continue to surpass 2022. All right. So that will happen because of a supply and demand issue, right? We just got done talking about the inventory and how there's not too many homes on the market, right? So of course that's going to affect the home prices, right? I have a deal on the contract right now, right? Someone's selling their home. She bought her home in 2020, right? And we're under contract today. Like, the money she's gonna make on her house, is like,
well, I always use
you can't see this in the stock market.
It's a different scenario, but I mean, same scenario, just different time frame. But when I bought my house, it was in 2015.
Do you want to sell your house?
Of course, as long as you can help me. I bought my house in 2015 in West Berlin, New Jersey for $179, which at the time, even then, I think was a steal. It's not the biggest, fanciest neighborhood of all time or anything like that, but it's a gorgeous home, very nice lot, etc. Today, it's worth $330.
That is crazy.
Right. So
and it's all
just buy your home now is what I'm saying.
Many homes there are on the market, right?
Yes.
If
Completely.
If you have the means to put your best foot forward and win a house, right, that there's multiple bids on, right? Put your best foot forward, right? Don't just tell yourself that, oh well, I'm gonna wait for home price to go down. This house is too, the price of this house is too high, because who knows when this is gonna slow down, you know what I mean?
And it's not going to go down.
Yeah.
It will just either plateau or grow.
Yeah, exactly. So I read an article from, let me know what your thoughts are on this, right? I read an article from Redfin, right? Mm-hmm. They're economists. They were predicting this cool off happening in 2025 based on the rates and the way how the builders were building.
I've heard that.
When people were allowed to come back to work and all that stuff, right? Builders were building. Then the feds jump in and sent the rates all the way up to 6%, which builders were like, whoa, hold on, we don't know what's gonna happen here. So rather than put out 25 houses this week, we're just gonna put out like 50.
Right.
That does nothing to help the inventory. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's nobody has the crystal ball. I just want to say that. I do read those articles. I do.
Right.
If you had a crystal ball, we would be billionaires. So if you do and you're withholding it from me, I'm very, very upset. I take it personally. Nobody has a crystal ball, and while I keep up to date with all the articles and the Barry Habib and all that, Redfin and everything that everybody has to say, it's very hard to, but I live in today, as best I can, and I try and keep my realtors in that mindset too, and my borrowers in that mindset too, because nobody knows. Really, nobody knows. There are lots of contributing factors to what's happening today and what will happen in 2025, but nobody knows. And that's why I really lean into, if you want to buy a home, if you need to buy a home, just do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds so salesy.
Buy that house today.
Just buy it.
Right?
Just buy it. Just don't wait on the world to accomplish your goals. And that's why I say all the time, don't wait on the world.
Yeah, these builders aren't going to catch up, right? These people right here who's sitting on that 3% mortgage rate, that 2% mortgage rate, that 2.65 mortgage rates that don't need to leave, right? Because your house, what's the size of your house?
Like 1,400 square feet.
How many bedrooms, how many baths?
3 bed, 2 full bath.
And just you by yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right? Yeah. There's more people like her, right? So she can come in and have a kid with her significant other in the next 2 years and still don't need to move, right? Sitting on that good rate. And there are more people like her who bought, right? So what does that tell you as a consumer, right? Prices aren't going to drop anytime soon, right? Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, they just keep going up.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. But so, if I may, while the list pricing, the median list price is continuing to grow up, is continuing to grow. Yeah. So is the area median income level.
Right.
So that's also making an impact on everything. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So list prices are continuing to grow up, but also especially in this area, income levels are also increasing, which is also increasing people's buying power. Loan amount maximums are going up, which, it's kind of like, it's inflation is what it is. It really is just simply inflation, which is a hard pill to swallow for anybody, but especially our first-time home buyers. And that's really who the market is right now. Yeah. First-time home buyers, people who don't want to live with their parents anymore, they don't want to rent.
I did a market report, right? And the median list price in January was $325,000. I'm looking at some stats right now. The median list price in the area is $400,000 now.
Yeah, and that was 7 months ago.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Bananas.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
That's why I need to buy today, so that you can be a part and you take the equity.
Yeah.
Come on now.
All right, guys. So that's it for the show today. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. All right, we'll try to do like one of these like every Friday if you like this type of thing.
Yeah.
The other thing too, let us know what you want to hear about, right? It helps us like with the creation of content and our research and all that stuff too.
We want to tell you what you want to hear.
Yeah. All right, take it easy, guys.
Marry the house, date the rate.
Peace.
Great. The lighting setup is good.